Most people think they don't waste time. They believe they're busy, productive, and making progress. But in reality, they're stuck in invisible time traps, habits so small and so common that they go completely unnoticed. These habits don't just steal hours from your day. They steal years from your life. In this video, you're going to discover the 5 biggest time-wasting habits you don't even realize you have. And more importantly, how to break free from them. Let's dive in. Think about your day. How much time do you spend consuming versus creating? Most people wake up, scroll through their phones, check emails, binge YouTube videos, read random news articles, and hop from app to app without any real purpose. By noon, their minds are already exhausted, and they haven't actually accomplished anything. Here's the problem. Consumption feels like productivity. Reading self-improvement books, watching educational videos, or listening to podcasts makes you feel like you're learning. But unless you're actively applying that knowledge, it's just passive entertainment. The fix: set clear consumption limits. For every 30 minutes of learning, spend 30 minutes applying what you've learned. Before you open a new video, ask yourself, do I actually need this information right now, or am I just avoiding work? Unfollow accounts and channels that don't serve your goals. The goal is not to stop consuming, it's to consume with intention. Most people think they're multitasking, but they're actually task switching. Checking emails, responding to texts, browsing social media, all while trying to work on something important. Here's what actually happens. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to reset. This is called attention residue, and it means that even after switching, part of your focus is still stuck on the previous task. Studies show that it can take up to 23 minutes to fully regain focus after a distraction. So if you check your phone 5 times an hour, you're never actually focused at all. The fix: use the 20-minute rule. Work on one task for at least 20 minutes before switching. Turn off all non-essential notifications. If it's truly urgent, they'll call. Batch similar tasks together. Instead of checking emails all day, set 2 or 3 specific times for email responses. When you protect your focus, you'll get more done in 2 hours than most people do in an entire day. There's a dangerous habit that feels productive but isn't: excessive planning. People spend hours organizing to-do lists, researching strategies, watching tutorials, or setting up the perfect workspace, but never actually take action. Planning feels good because it tricks your brain into thinking you're making progress. But in reality, nothing happens until you take action. The fix: follow the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Set good enough deadlines. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, just start. Focus on momentum over perfection. A bad first draft is better than no draft at all. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. The only way to make progress is to stop planning and start executing. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something important. Most people waste years of their lives doing things they never wanted to do because they're afraid to say no. Agreeing to extra meetings, unnecessary favors, pointless social events, it all adds up. Before you know it, your entire schedule is filled with things you don't actually care about. The fix: pause before answering any request. Instead of saying yes immediately, respond with, "Let me check my schedule to buy time." Ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Use the polite no formula. I appreciate the offer, but I have other priorities right now. Your time is your most valuable asset. Protect it, because every unnecessary yes steals time from your goals, your health, and your happiness. Most people waste years of their lives waiting to feel ready. They say, I'll start when I feel more motivated. I just need to find inspiration. I'll do it when the timing is right. But here's the harsh truth. Motivation is unreliable. Successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, routines, and discipline. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never make real progress. The fix: lower the activation energy. Make starting so easy that it's impossible to say no. Instead of committing to an hour-long workout, start with just 5 minutes. Use implementation intentions. Instead of saying, I'll do it later, set a specific plan. I will work on my project at 8 a.m. at my desk. Remember, action creates motivation, not the other way around. The hardest part is getting started. Once you start, momentum takes over. If you wait for motivation, you'll be waiting forever. The key is to just start, no matter how small. Most people aren't lazy, They're just trapped in invisible time-wasting habits. Let's recap the 5 biggest ones. Passive consumption, endless scrolling and watching without taking action. Task switching, jumping between distractions instead of focusing. Over-planning, spending too much time preparing and not enough time doing. Saying yes too often, letting others fill your schedule with unimportant tasks. Waiting for motivation, delaying action instead of creating momentum. The good news? You can break free from these habits today. Here's your challenge. Pick one of these habits that you struggle with the most. Take one small step today to break that habit, just one. Because time isn't something you find, it's something you take control of. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And let me know in the comments, which habit are you going to eliminate first?